Fantastic. Yeah, so I thought I'd just start off and just really give some of the bit of a background in terms of actually what we've been working on with parliaments around the world for the last sort of 17 years. So, and we specialize in the parliamentary software as well. So whether that actually be on premise or on cloud as well. Again, we've been working with parliaments, consulting and advising them, and working on their sort of technology solutions for about 17 plus years around the world. And we've seen a lot of trends around the last couple of years, specifically around developing modular-based platforms, which do actually utilize AI for a range of use cases as well. And I thought, as part of this sort of introduction period as well, I'd like to actually walk through some of those use cases, because what we sort of are finding at the moment is there's a lot of focus around like the chat GPT side of things. And there are actually a lot more other use cases which can actually be of benefit to parliaments as well. And we'll actually then walk through how we can actually then, utilize those use cases for the application of artificial intelligence as well. And again, we use AI to actually, and I think this is a really important part of a discussion around artificial intelligence as well, is that it's really about the use to supplement the work of Parliament, not to replace, and really about then driving the enhancement of services that are delivered by the Parliament. We actually were talking with the Parliament this morning, and we were talking about the use of artificial intelligence for transcription. And the feedback from all of their staff is saying, well, they would much rather be not transcribing, and they would rather be editing the documents as well. So it's really important to understand that, that there might be sort of fear around the use of artificial intelligence, but at the end of the day, it's really about supplementing the work which parliaments do to make it more efficient and to make it a better outcome for the actual users as well. So I've got some example screenshots, some of the systems which were built on the right-hand side as well, like the automatic transcription extraction from video and also audio as well, and also integration into Microsoft Word as an example in these sort of screenshots. But let's talk about some of the use cases which we actually then look at when we're actually dealing with the parliamentary context. And most of the use cases which we're actually working with from an artificial intelligence point of view. Moderation is actually really important. So the flagging of content that may or may not be offensive, as an example, or inappropriate in the context of Parliament. So, you might use that for petitioning, or you might use that when you're getting information back and forth from citizens as well. So there's definitely a good use case around the moderation side of things. Search, searching your trusted source documents and understanding then the links in between those. We've got then search as an example. So searching your actual trusted information. We also then do summarization. So when you're actually dealing with very large documents, the utilization where you can actually put that content through to actually be summarized for you automatically and to extract the information that you're actually interested in for that. So transcripts or documentation or other things such as legislation or drafting as well. Writing assistance on specific topics is a bit more of a new field option as well. So drafting of content based on existing content or rewriting new content as well. Reports. So report generation is where we're seeing a lot of movement around that as well. So the generation of information, so you might have a statistical report on the number of bills which have passed as an example. And, you can actually get AI to actually write text summaries of your reports itself. So that's another interesting use case which we're finding a lot of movement around as well. And then here's another example would be, reasoning over structured and unstructured data as well. So analyzing content for sentiment, based on the actual transcripts. And, an example of what we've got here is, for example, with standing orders or sessional orders, you've got a bit of text where you want to actually try to extract keywords automatically using artificial intelligence. So there are ways which you can then extract, say, keywords from text for advanced search later down the track as well. And another two options here is really around, say, chat, conversation, interaction, question and answering as well. So, and we're seeing some movement around those areas, but that's sort of more of a greenfield area where you can actually interact and chat around your actual data itself. So, those are some of the key use cases which we sort of operate with when we're actually dealing with parliamentary data. So Louis, that was sort of my sort of general introduction into the whole environment. So happy for me to pass you back it to you.